Hello, everybody. Welcome to Closet Coaching 2022. I would like to open up this week with the concept of intuitive eating. This is based on my post today because I think that, especially around the new year, I find that there's a lot of people who learn about intuitive eating or who have been hearing about it and make this year the year of like intuitive eating. And sometimes I think that can be almost as like it sets up an expectation that is similar to a diet in that it's like something you do right or wrong, or it's something you actually do. Like it's something you have steps to do. And there is a framework for intuitive eating. And I'm an intuitive eating counselor. I'm certified. I am a proponent. But I didn't know about intuitive eating when I started my recovery process. And I've talked before on the podcast, especially about how I think it might have gotten in my way. And so for anyone who is like me, in that there is a rebel system somewhere inside, or like you'll do the opposite eventually of what you're expected to do simply because you're expected to do it, sometimes intuitive eating can be almost problematic. So I coach intuitive eating in a much more simple way of this isn't like a series of steps that you have to completely execute in this way. It's rather a set of concepts to learn about and to explore as you heal your relationship with food, which actually is a lot more simple than you may think. Healing the relationship with food, for me and the way that I coach it, is not that complicated. It's really just the practice of doing something that's the harder part. It's the consistency and the mindset that is harder to stay inside because of all the fear and doubt that comes up. But the practice of it is actually quite simple and low expectation. So using intuitive eating as a series of concepts to help you understand more of what's going on as it happens to you, I find is a really helpful way of looking at it, rather than I'm doing intuitive eating, I'm starting today, and I'm either on or off that wagon, or I'm not doing it right, or I have to be eating perfectly to fullness and hunger, and all of these ideas around intuitive eating that can feel, just because it is a framework and it has a book and it has 10 steps, that it feels like something to rebel against. And so looking at intuitive eating as rather this like guiding, outside, suggestive, conceptual theory, rather than this thing that you're doing. I hope that's helpful to people out there who find themselves rebelling against anything that they have to do, because it can be incredibly helpful as a support system of concepts rather than a series of steps you have to do. And I will see you tomorrow.